find all the zeros of this polynomial p of x, right? So in this case, we know that we need 5 zeros because my degree is 5. So that means that we need to find at least 5 zeros, right? So my first step is that I'm going to write my possible zeros list, possible rational zero list, right? So we're going to start using the constant term. If the polynomial is in standard form, it's going to be the last one. And I'm going to find all my factors of 4. So it's plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 4, right? Then I'm going to find the factors of my leading coefficient. Again, if it's in standard form, it's the first one. So it's p equals plus or minus 1. So my possible zeros are going to be p over q. So that means that in this case, I'm dividing all of those numbers from p, 1, 2, and 4, divided by 1. So that means that my possible list of zeros, of rational zeros, is 1, 2, and 4, right? So now I'm going to check the possible zeros, positive zeros or negative zeros, so I can know which number should I begin with. Okay. So I'm going to check the changes in sign on p of x, right? So the first one is positive and it's changing to a negative, so there's one change. Then the second one to the third one is negative to negative, there's no change right there. Now I'm going from negative to positive, that means that I have a second change there. Then from 11x squared to negative 12x, there's a second change, and there's a third change there. So that means that I have 1, 2, 3, 4 changes. So that means that I'm going to have 4, and then I'm going to be reducing this by 2. 4, 2, or 0 positive roots, or zeros, right? So now I'm going to substitute on the equation. I'm going to evaluate p of negative x. So that means that wherever the index or the exponent here is odd index, like 5, I'm going to change that to the opposite. So that means that I have negative x to the 5th. When it's even, like x to the 4th, it's going to stay exactly the same. So 3x to the 4th, negative x cubed is odd, sorry. So this is going to change to positive x cubed. 11x squared, the exponent is even. Then negative 12x, the exponent is odd. And the last one, the constant, is going to stay always the same. So right here, I just have one change in sign right here, right? Again, we're going to check this change in sign from each term to the other one. So negative to negative, there's no change. Negative to positive, there's one change. And as you can see, the other ones are positive. So that means that I'm going to have one negative root. So now I'm going to start using the list of possible zeros, 1, 2, 4, to start doing my division right there, using the p of x, not the p of negative x, right? So I'm going to start with positive 1. So I'm going to use 1, and then use 1, negative 3, negative 1, 11, negative 12, and 4. I'm going to do my syntactic division, right? So I'm bringing down the 1. Now I'm multiplying 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 3 plus 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. This is negative 3. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. 11 plus negative 3 is 8. 8 times 1 is 8. Negative 12 plus 8 is negative 4. And negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. So this is 0. So that means that 1 is a 0 of this polynomial. I got to check again if that 1 is not a double 0. Right? So again, I'm going to do the division with 1. So this is 1, 1. And as you can see, I'm using the results, the quotient of that first 1. So I can reduce this to, this is x to the 4th. And then if this is a 0, we're going to check. I'm reducing it again. Okay, so 1, negative 1. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Negative 3 plus negative 1 is negative 4. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. 8 plus negative 4 is 4. And 4 times 1 is 4. So that means that this is a 0. Okay. And again, I gotta check again if that one is a 0, right? Because it could be a triple 0. Okay? So again, I'm using those numbers right there. So I'm bringing down the 1. 1 times 1 is 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 times 1 is 0. Negative 4 plus 0 is negative 4. Negative 4 times 1 is negative 4. So this is 0. Okay. And again, here you can see from x to the 5th, once I found the first 0, this is x to the 4th. Then I found my second 0. This is x to the 3rd. And now that I found my third 0, this is x squared. Okay, so I found 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to subtract 5 minus those 3 zeros that I found, and that's x squared. So I'm going to write that polynomial, x squared plus 0x minus 4 equals 0. Okay, right? We can simplify this as x squared minus 4 equals 0. And here I can just use the property of the square root. So I'm going to add the x4. So x equals 4. And the square root of that, x equals plus or minus 2. So that means that my zeros are x equals negative 2, 1 with a multiplicity of 3, and positive 2. Those are my 0. A multiplicity of 3, why? Because we have 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so that's it for this exercise.